Good evening. Thus spoke Zarathustra. Chapter number 32. The famous wise men. The people have you served, and the people's superstition, not the truth. All you, all you famous wise ones. And just on that account, did they pay you reverence? And on that account, also did they tolerate your unbelief? Because it was a pleasantry and a bypass for the people. Thus does the master give free scope to his slaves and even enjoys their presum- presumptuousness. But he who is hated by the people as the wolf by the dogs is the free spirit, the enemy of fetters, the non-adorer, the dweller in the woods, to hunt him out of his lair that was always called sense of right by the people. On him do they still hound their sharpest toothed dogs. For there the truth is where the people are. Woe of the seeking ones. Thus has it echoed through all time. Your people, would you justify in their reverence that called you will to truth, you famous wise ones, and your heart has always said to itself, from the people have I come, from hence come to me also the voice of God, stiff necked and artful, like the ass you have always been as the advocate of the people, and many a powerful one who wanted to run well with the people has harnessed in front of his horses a donkey, a famous wise man. And now, you famous wise ones, I would have you finally throw off entirely the skin of the lion, the skin of the beast of prey, the speckled skin, and the disheveled locks of the investigator, the searcher, and the conqueror. For me to learn to believe in your conscientiousness, you would first have to break your venerating will. Conscientiousness, so I call him, who goes into God forsaken wilderness and has broken his venerating heart in the yellow sands and burnt by the sun. He doubtless peers thirstily at the ice, isles rich in fountains where life reposes under shady trees. But his thirst does not persuade him to become like those comfortable ones, for where there are oases, there are also idols, hungry, fierce, lonesome, gods forsaken. So does the lion will wish itself, free from the happiness of slaves, redeemed from deities and adorations, fearless and fear inspiring, grand and lonesome. So is the will of the conscientious. In the in the wilderness have ever dwelt the conscientious, the free spirits, as lords of the wilderness, but in the cities dwell the foddered, famous wise ones, the draught beast, for always do they draw as asses the people's cart. Not that I on the account upbraid them, but serving ones do they remain and harnessed ones, even though they glitter in golden harness, and often have they been good servants and worthy of their hire. For thus says virtue, if you must be a servant, seek him to whom your service is most useful. The spirit and virtue of your master shall advance by you being his servant. Thus will you yourself advance with his spirit and virtue. And verily, you famous wise ones, you servants of the people, You yourselves have advanced with the people's spirit and virtue, and the people by to your honor do I say it, but the people you remain for me, even with your virtues, the people with purblind eyes, the people who know not what spirit is. Spirit is life, which itself cuts into life by its own torture? Does it increase its own knowledge? Did you know that before? And the Spirit's happiness is this, to be anointed and consecrated with tears as a sacrificial victim. Did you know that before? And the blindness of the blind one and his seeking and groping, shall it testify to the power of the sun into which he has gazed? Did you know that before? And with mountains shall the discerning one learn to build? It is a small thing for the spirit to remove mountains. Did you know that before? You know only the sparks of the spirit, but you do not see the anvil which it is and the cruelty of its hammer. You know not the spirit's pride, but still less could you endure the spirit's humility, should it ever want to speak, and never yet could you cast your spirit into a pit of snow. You are not hot enough for that. Thus are you unaware also of the delight of its coldness. In all respect, however, you make too familiar with the spirit, and out of wisdom you have often made an almshouse and a hospital for bad poets. You are not eagles, thus have you never experienced the happiness of the alarm of the spirit. And he who is not bird should not camp above abysses. You seem to me lukewarm ones, but coldly flows all deep knowledge. Ice cold are the innermost wells of the spirit, a refreshment to hot hands and hurdles. Respectable do you there stand and stiff and with straight backs, you famous wise ones, no strong wind or will impels you. Have you never seen a sail crossing the sea, rounded and inflated, and trembling with the violence of the wind, like the sail trembling with the violence of the spirit? Does my wisdom cross the sea, my wild wisdom? But you servants of the people, you famous wise ones, how could you go with me? Thus spoke Zarathustra. Thank you.